Welcome back to Buzzed In, everybody. I'm RELIX.
I'm Juice.
Hey, guys. So it's been a long time since we've seen each other. 3 weeks now?
It's been like 2.5, 3 weeks, something like that.
I think I said 2 weeks on the last episode, and I had a few people let me know that they were kind of upset that we ended up taking 3 weeks. You saw the guy comment? Yeah. That's a guy I work with. He was just trying to be funny. He was not actually going to find another podcast. But I did have people at work, and people messaged me, hey, I thought you said you were coming out with an episode. So it's nice to know that people were waiting for it.
We appreciate it.
Assuming that we took a 3-week break, so everyone's probably like, dude, it's been 3 weeks. They're probably going to have a sweet episode. They've been doing all this planning.
Yeah.
We're humans. We've been having holidays with our family and friends.
Right.
I hope you guys had a great holiday. Before we get too deep into it, let's go ahead and make sure that if you haven't subscribed yet,
you need to do that for sure.
And if you haven't liked the video yet,
do that as well.
And if you haven't told everybody you know that has a pulse,
you need to run on out the house and go tell them, call them, whatever you got to do.
So that subscribe button's down below, obviously, as you know. The like button's right next to it. So go ahead and kick on both of those for us. We really appreciate it. It helps out the channel a ton.
Yeah.
All it does for us, we don't get paid per like or subscriber. We don't get paid anything. All it does for us is helps us get the content to more people. More people will see it. Yeah. And we really just want to grow the channel. Speaking of which, we have a few studio upgrades coming soon.
Yeah.
Getting a couple of different mics set up.
Yeah.
All that stuff's on the way. So we have that to look forward to.
Working on a prominent background.
Yeah. We have all that to look forward to. It's all coming. Things are happening. We just had to get through the holiday season with our families.
Yeah. How was your holiday, by the way?
My holiday was really good. Actually, on Christmas Day, I became an engaged man.
That's right.
I proposed to my beautiful now fiance, and I'll roll a little bit of that clip because we do have it on video. Yeah. It was around her entire family. I knew I was going to do it since Halloween. Her parents knew I had to ask for their blessing. It was a really neat experience, and I'm glad that I'm able to share that with you all. Pretty exciting.
Really cool. Things. I mean, that's congratulations, to you guys. Like I said, I've texted you that before and everything, and the video is pretty cool too. So we definitely put that up there.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's It was. I was nervous all day, and I'll tell you a funny thing is I had to all day, so I would be able to conceal it when it was time. The ring in the case, I had to keep it in a vest pocket. Well, to wear a vest, you gotta have like an actual clothes on. Like I had jeans and like a button up on. Yeah. That's the only way a vest would make sense, or else she'd question why I was wearing a vest with a t-shirt. So all day in this house with 30 people, it's 95 degrees, not exaggerating. All day they're cooking in there.
Where was this at?
Her grandparents' house.
That's in Indiana. Right?
Yeah. And so I have these dress clothes on and a vest on all day, and I'm sweating. And multiple times she's like, "Why don't you take the vest off?" I'm like, "Because I don't want to take the vest off." But really, it was so.
This guy's a sweater too.
No, I'm sweating right now. So it was a neat experience. Really excited for that. I think we're not going to get married for 18 months though, as the date we set, June of 2021.
Cool.
So we have that to look forward to, and I'll keep you guys updated on the big wedding things that we decide on, or obviously when the wedding happens, you'll see plenty of pictures and stuff. Because it's really important to me, so I'd like to share it with our audience.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's exciting. So that was my biggest takeaway from Christmas. Obviously, we were around a lot of loved ones, had a great time in Indiana visiting with her family, visited some of my family here. What did you do for holidays?
The opposite. I got divorced. No, I'm just kidding. No, I really didn't do much. I spent Christmas Eve with my parents and my daughter. Like we always do, like our big, like my brothers and their kids go out to we all go out to my parents' house and we have our our Christmas stuff there. And then that way we can spend the actual holidays with our own kids at our own house on Christmas Day.
Right.
But yeah, I really didn't do anything, honestly.
No.
Christmas Day, nothing.
Right.
I did all my Christmas stuff on Christmas Eve with Zoe. So
that's normally how my holidays normally amount to nothing other than, and when I say that I mean like nothing big. I'm with my family and I love that, and friends or whatever. But like normally I don't go on like a Christmas vacation or anything like that.
Yeah.
This is the first time I had time off work to even go with Rebecca to her families for Christmas.
Yeah. So and I'm not like a big Christmas person at all. Like people that know me know that like I am just not a Christmas person. I don't like it at all.
Mm-hmm. And being around family and stuff, I tell you, it was a good change of pace to be around her family.
Yeah.
30 of them versus 30 of my family.
Oh, yeah.
So that was nice. It's a little more unique. But
how about New Year's? What did you do for that?
So normally for New Year's, I normally am the one putting together a big plan, party, whatever, 10, 20 of us drinking. I think last year I even went out and got like 2019 wine glass, like champagne glasses.
Yeah.
And we all cheers to it. And then my plan was, I set last year, was every year at like 11:58 we would cheers with the 2019 glasses, and then at midnight we would cheer with the 2020 glasses, and every year like just replace them like that. This year I told Rebecca, I said, you know what? I said, if anyone gets a hold of us and wants to do anything, we'll go. I said, that'd be fun. I said, but I'm kind of exhausted of planning it. And I was like, so if no one gets a hold of us, here's what we're going to do. Well, the latter happened, and we sat here and drank a lot and played Mario Party for like 4 hours.
That sounds so much fun.
It was fun.
Like
I didn't even tell you how Mario Party. Dude, it's fun.
No, I need to play. We need to play, though. I'm dying to play Mario Party.
It's super fun. So we just did that on New Year's. We got drunk and played Mario Party in celebration of our engagement, I guess.
Yeah, that's going to happen very soon.
What did you do with?
What did I do? I don't even know. I went out to a bar for a little bit. I actually went to the Blue Jackets game. There was a Blue Jackets game on New Year's Eve.
Really?
Yeah. So I had to work, of course, on New Year's Eve, and then after the game, after that, I went to the Blue Jackets game. And then I went out to a bar, had a couple drinks, and then went home and just chilled. I played some video games, that's for sure. I was playing some stuff with my brothers. I didn't even watch the ball drop. I pretty much was playing the game. Next thing I know, it's 12:15. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, we don't have cable. We stream everything, so I literally had a YouTube.
Yeah.
The ball drop live. We did watch it though, and then she we watched the ball drop. We toast, we kiss, and then at 12:02 she was asleep, and I think I stayed up till 3 playing. Oh, actually, that's what it was. I stayed up and kept drinking.
You definitely could have invited me,
dude. I got to the point. I stayed up and kept drinking, and got to the point where it was 2:30 in the morning, and I hear her, and I never stay up that late anymore. I used to, but I never do anymore. I hear her from the bedroom, Kevin, and I didn't realize it, dude. I'm playing Ark, and my eyes are half closed, and I don't even know it's autopilot mode on Ark. And then when she said my name, I was like, oh, it's time to go to sleep.
That's
so
funny. And plus you're playing Ark. It's easy. That's not a good thing, but it is easy to get in autopilot.
Yeah, dude. I'm just mining rocks and just for till 2:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Which is the current game we're playing.
Yeah, we are
right now together.
Smashing through that.
It's one of those games. I think it's been out about 4 years now on Xbox. It's one of those games that you always play super hard. You take a 3 to 6 month break, and you're like, "You want to try Ark again?" And we go.
This is maybe the 4th or 5th server probably we've done. I don't know.
For me personally, probably 10th. Yeah, because I got you into it much later.
Yeah, we'll play it for a good 2 months or something, 3 months, and then be off for 3 months.
Yeah,
and then we'll just start a new one and grind it out again. It's a fun game.
So much fun, and they kept coming out with new maps. They're really good for. They come out with a lot of new stuff. They have events. We just went through the Christmas event. So Ark's a fun game. If you're into survival games and you haven't played Ark somehow, I suggest you play. I mean, if you like Minecraft,
it's not Rust or something.
Rust, any of those kind of games. If you haven't tried out Ark, don't let the fact that riding on that's the biggest excuse I hear from people. I would play it, man, but riding on dinosaurs sounds a little too kiddish to me. Bruh.
Who doesn't want to ride on a dinosaur? How is that kiddish?
Right.
I don't understand. It's a video game. First of all, it's of course it's kiddish, but
it makes it a lot more fun than normal survival games where at most you have a horse. I mean, there's so many different, and it's not the fact that they're dinosaurs; it's the fact that there's over 250 different types of creatures that all have different abilities.
That's funny. People will go and play Red Dead Redemption. You're riding around on a horse. You don't want to ride on the back of a T-Rex or something. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
I understand.
The more I think about it, the game's stupid. Don't play it. You just ride around on dinosaurs.
That's all.
No,
and then you just stop playing for about 4 months.
It's fun. So let's start off. You know what? Let's do this. Let's get the big piece of news out of the way. That's kind of wish-washy, so we don't want to jump in too much on our deep thoughts, opinions on a political level.
Right.
But on a level of how we feel about the potential outcome of this, how we feel about the safety of our troops in the country, and I probably just gave it away. Let's talk about Iran.
Yeah, everyone knows. It's all over the news. If you have any sort of internet connection in general, or a television near you, you probably know about this. But there's rising tensions between us and Iran. It's like you said, or like we were talking earlier. It's a scary thing, and it's you mentioned earlier. what's your biggest fear about the whole thing? And,
my biggest fear.
I assumed automatically that you're talking about, because, there's like talks about the whole nuclear scare, which everyone thinks about, but.
I'm not, so I think that not only is the U.S., if not the top, because there's stuff we don't know about, you can't take us out of the top 3 countries when it comes to firepower and military and defense. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to either something nuclear happening, I'm worried about the safety of the world, mm-hmm. even the people we would have to retaliate against, and obviously I just hope we could at any cost dodge that. Just completely.
At any cost, yeah.
But what I think people are freaking out about is Iran withdrew their commitment to the
nuclear
uranium deal that happened, which uranium is made to used to make nuclear weapons. So they made a deal with Obama, and I think like in 2016 or 2015. And in light of all this, or just after all this happened, where the U.S. had the military drone strike and killed one of their top commander, they withdrew all their commitments in the agreement.
Yeah.
So people are freaking out like we're going to have a nuclear war. But the U.S. withdrew their agreement in 2018. Donald Trump removed us from the agreement completely.
Yeah.
So like they could have been freaking out about that too.
Yeah.
I don't think it means that. I don't think the uranium contract means that they're going to fire a nuke at us.
Yeah,
I just think it was another way to spite us. Like, then we're not going to follow this anymore.
Yeah.
Because, North Korea does it all the time, too. We'll tell North Korea, hey, no nukes. And then we hear that they're building nukes. And then they'll be like, screw you. But then we go in and shut it down, and that's it.
I mean, it's a scary thing, especially, you're talking about nuclear fallout. But like you said, it's more of the small personalized attacks that are scary.
Right. Because there could be like supercells, like hidden underground factions, almost like ISIS was at first.
Yeah, like we were having all these attacks all over the world, not just in the U.S., but in London and stuff. Like somebody bombed them all or something.
Yep.
Like I don't want. That's where the innocent people are getting affected by this.
And when you have the supreme leader of Iran calling for vengeance.
Yeah.
And then you have the commander's daughter being quoted saying a dark day is coming for the U.S. Like that kind of stuff is scary because let's be honest, the cowards in these countries don't line up and go to war.
Yeah.
They hide people in their country.
Yeah.
And they have them do devastating things to innocent people. And guess what? The second you start doing that, I don't care if we wipe you off the map.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
It takes one innocent American civilian because like if you're going to go to war, go to war. I'm not worried, and that's also a hard question to answer too. People say, are you worried about war? My first answer is no. And I always get a nasty look. I'm like, no, let me. I'm scared to death for every individual life that would have to be a part of that war, especially our troops and stuff is what I'm getting at. I'm scared for the troops that are currently in Iraq and Iran because they may deal with the retaliation strike.
Yeah.
I'm scared for all of that. But when you look at it on a global level, am I concerned for America to be wiped off the map by a country like Iran? No. I'm not worried about that. That's not going to happen. We would probably shut down the war before it ever even happened. But obviously the concern of the individual lives of the people who are supporting us and fighting for us, that's another very scary thing because we literally have troops over there right now while we're going through this heated debate, and they're sitting there preparing as much as they can to defend themselves against an entire country closing around them. That's scary. Yeah.
So, I mean, it goes without saying, but we're still going to say it because I think you always support, show appreciation. I mean, just thanks to our troops, that I know it's sort of something that someone says all the time, but it should be said. You got to have a tremendous amount of respect for what those ladies and gentlemen do. But like you said, they're just they're preparing themselves because there's like I said, this whole thing is just tensions. It's just like he said, she said. I actually seen something, and I don't know. I seen something on Twitter the other day, and like the Iranian leader was saying I don't know how true this is, but the quote was saying that like he understands that it's not the American people's fault that it's Donald Trump. Okay, so he's like, so in my like the article is pretty much saying like, oh, it's Donald Trump doing this. We don't hate Americans. We just hate Donald Trump. That was the vibe I was getting from the article. But then you have the daughter of the general who said that whole quote, which she's grieving. I understand.
Well, I saw a video, that was saying there was a group of Iranians in a subway, and in their language they were chanting "Death to America." like hundreds to thousands of them at the funeral. Like that, it's almost like a North Korean video. Like that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff.
I mean, it's very hard to not have a country out there in the world that doesn't hate the U.S.
Right.
That's just how the world. That's humanity in itself. I mean, it's a terrible thing, but that's what happens. But he also, I seen it was kind of funny. It was called the Iranian leader called Donald Trump. Like he said something like I'm starting to believe he's mentally retarded. That's what the quote was.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, like it's kind of like backyard school ground,
right?
School park, whatever you want to call it,
Right.
I was like, okay, but
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to get too deep into our political opinions about it and everything, but when it comes down to the safety of the country and stuff, and we'll stay updated on the story.
Yeah.
And every episode.
I mean, it's hard not to. It's everywhere.
Every episode, if there's any big news, we'll bring it to you all in case you're not tracking it. I just hope everything turns out okay. I hope no one dies on either side. I hope a war doesn't happen. I hope we're able to resolve it with words and agreements and all of that. That's the end goal hope. And that's really all I had for it.
So something that I wanted to kind of talk about as well that was like, and I don't understand. I guess people always say like, ever since sort of it's been happening, why is it so something I'm always like concerned about? Because why not be concerned about this with the whole Australian fires? Okay, we talked about it on like episode 2 or 3 or something like that a little bit. It's been going on since then. It's been these fires started like mid-September. They've been going on still now, and I was looking up the statistics for it, and it was, I think the thing was 14.8 million acres have been burned.
It was a big chunk of Australia.
Yeah, they said it was like the equivalent of like the state of Virginia or something, but obviously it wasn't in one central location. It's scattered all around, but it was 23,000 square miles is what it covered. What it's covered. I mean, and like I said previously when we talked about it before, it's just like you can't help but like just mourn for those people there. It sucks because there's like I don't understand. We have wildfires here in the U.S., but nothing like that is crazy.
And it's been going on for so long.
It's been growing.
It's growing, and
we've never had something that's going on like that, and they can't stop it.
Yeah, I had just seen a picture of which we'll put a little screenshot up of. And it was Auckland, New Zealand. Mm-hmm. And it was like yesterday at 2 p.m. And it showed how much darker it was there than it was from sunset the night before. They had a picture of the sunset and a picture of it at 2 p.m. We're talking across the ocean.
Yeah.
It's like 28,000 or 2,800 square miles away through the ocean or something like that. And it's completely cloudy. It's like orange.
Yeah.
It's orange clouds. It's all the smog from it. And it shows it going from Australia to New Zealand. And eventually it's probably going to go up like China and stuff.
It's absolutely ridiculous,
but
man.
Like that smog cloud is like going to mainland now. It's crossing New Zealand right now. And they're like, who knows
That's how thick it is.
Yeah.
And that's how long it's been going on. It's the fact it just keeps carrying on and feeding itself. And what I thought was cool, like on a good side of it, is I've been seeing a lot of sort of fundraising happening with it, like on Instagram, Twitter, stuff like that. There's a guy I follow on Instagram. There's 2 people actually that are actually Australian. There's a bodybuilder. His name's Callum Von Moger. He started like a GoFundMe page, and last I checked, he raised like people. It wasn't him. The amount on the GoFundMe page was like. Because he has merchandise, so people bought the merchandise. All the proceeds went to this thing, and it was like a $23,000 he raised so far. And then this other guy, he's actually like a YouTuber. I think he started. You might have heard his name's like Jackson O'Harity or something like that. He does like funny prank videos with his friends. Okay. But he's an Australian guy too. But his thing, he raised like 150K. I was like, wow, like.
Yeah, people.
That's just people all around the world helping out, and I thought that was really cool. Just people from all over just willing to help out. And then not only that, but the government has like a $2 billion aid fund that they're
probably
that
from
they're
like
using.
the UN or something too. I'm sure the UN donates for stuff like that. Like all the nations pull together money.
It's just a matter of getting that thing stopped.
They also should probably. My guess is where it is, where it's growing to. I reckon they should start evacuating parts that they can tell.
I'm sure there has been.
Over to like China or even just New Zealand, just across the ocean. It's unfortunate, but let's be honest, the civilians aren't going to be able to do anything to help.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's just like you just try to evacuate everything, and then you try to get what people you can, the military, in there to get. But it's crazy. It's crazy how much is going on.
It would be chaos.
I mean, it's like some of the pictures you see of like the animals and stuff, just heartbreaking stuff. It really is. You know.
So we'll keep you updated on that too. Hopefully it comes to an end, and that's the next update. So with that being said, let's take a break from the news. And let's go to a buzzed in segment.
Okay.
Where we're going to have the opportunity to buzz each other and you in on questions that neither of us have heard.
Yeah. So if you got answer to these questions, feel free to put them in the comments there.
Actually, yeah, we would prefer that. Please, if you want to answer any of these, drop your answers in the comments. Maybe with the question above it, QA. That way we know. We'd like to hear some of your answers. Just pick a few of them, or pick all of them. So you go first. Go ahead. I want to hear what you got.
Right,
Bring what you got, kid.
Let's see. All right, we're going to start off simple. We can do both if you want. Favorite TV/movie. And you can answer TV and movie if you want.
Movie of all time, and maybe not now with my matured taste, but what affected me the most at the time. What movie have I felt the need to rewatch the most? Never Back Down. Hell no. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
I loved that movie. I don't know what it was. It made me want to get into mixed martial arts.
Yeah. I'm sure everyone did when they watched that movie.
It was super sweet. And I will get, I'm sure, ridiculed for that. Like, why wouldn't you say Star Wars? Why wouldn't you say, you know what I mean? Like, you're just going to have... And then TV, probably going to have to go with Game of Thrones.
Favorite television show ever? I mean, he does have...
I'm just going to be honest. The drama in it, the comedy that's in it, the character arcs, the character relationships, the nature of it. I've always loved like medieval stuff, so it makes like medieval with like fantasy, and it was just kind of, I love the way it was all brought together.
Yeah, I mean, I love that show too. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I mean, not my favorite show, but I agree it's a great ass show. To be honest with you, for me, my favorite movie is probably it's really tough, but like I think the Lord of the Rings series is really good for me. I've always. I know it's really tough because that's such a big thing, but I've always been like a huge fan of the movie 300. I own that movie still to this day, and I've probably watched it about 1,000 times, to be honest with you.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I love Sparta. So let me ask you, the Lord of the Rings or Hobbit? I know they're kind of the same thing, but like if you had to pick one or the other.
Lord of the Rings.
Okay, because a lot of people would pick Hobbit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people like crazy Hobbit fans out there.
Yeah, I just think that's because The Hobbit was made, like the book obviously came out first. The Hobbit's like the prequel of it, but it was made later, so it has like better CGI and stuff.
That's true.
You know, when it comes to the movie and the cinematic experience. But television show, I mean, we both love The Office when it comes to regular shows. But
yeah, that's true.
My favorite television show is probably Vikings.
I know you love that show.
I love that show. Which, by the way, my new favorite show is starting to be The Witcher. Big Witcher fan. I mean, yeah. Like that first season. For those of you who don't know, it came out in like December. We've been off for so long, we haven't been able to talk about it. I've been antsy about coming on here and talking about it. Love the show.
I haven't started it.
Fantastic. Really?
No, I haven't. Have not started. I want to. There's nothing against it. I just have not started.
You just sit there and told me you're going to go back and watch Game of Thrones earlier.
I'll watch Witcher first. It's one season. I'll be able to knock that out in like 3 days.
It's only 8 episodes. You can knock it out in one
night. Knock that out. Okay, I got one for you.
Okay.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs. Dogs for sure.
Cats.
I like both, but I prefer a dog.
I prefer a cat.
Less maintenance, is that why?
Less maintenance. It's nice that they are more independent for the time that I feel like I have to offer right now. And I like the fact that, here's the other thing I like about it, and maybe it goes under maintenance too, maintenance and care, I guess, is the cat, most cats, not all cats, some cats, don't want to be loved on and pet all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you go up to pet them, they'll let you know right away, like, no, not right now. No. But then when they want it, they'll like come up to you and get on your lap and like, or they know certain times when it's okay to like get on your lap and ask to be pet and stuff.
Yeah.
But some dogs, man, just like, it's almost like you have to train them to not want to be pet all the time.
Yeah.
And when you have people over, I feel like a cat's way less annoying when people come over.
I get that, yeah.
Dogs can be jumping up on them, licking them, and it's like, stop.
I get that. I mean...
They're just a little dumber, is what I'm saying. They're cute. I love them, but they're just dumb.
I prefer a dog, but I totally get the appeal of the cat. I mean, I like cats too. It's not, for all you...
Titus.
Cat fans out. Yeah, Titus is that dog.
Corey remembers Titus. Cat? One of the co-hosts that will be on at some point. One of my best friends and a good friend of ours, Corey, is the one who gave us Titus.
Yeah, he gave us Titus. Yeah, that was fun.
That was our house cat. Love that cat.
We used to be roommates, by the way, guys. Not anymore. We don't like live in the same house and do the show together.
Right.
I just prefer dogs, but I am thinking about getting a cat. I'm not thinking about it. I want to get a cat. I'm just looking for the right cat. Just for that reason, though. Like I'm at work and stuff, and I don't want to have I don't have time to take care of a dog like that. Just they, like you said, require a lot of stuff. So
next question.
Anybody knows any cats? Let me know.
Titus, if you've had a kid.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your favorite alcoholic beverage? It could be a beer or liquor or whatever. Like which?
Oh, that's easy. Scotch.
Scotch.
Straight, but on the rocks.
Okay. What about a beer? What's your favorite beer?
As of like the past year, I've been getting into craft and IPA, so I need a little bit longer to nail down one I really like.
Here.
I will tell
People
you.
People look at my beard and think I'm a hipster, but I don't.
I will tell you, and I'm gonna sound super unknowledgeable about it. I don't like hoppy dark IPAs at all. I prefer the lighter, almost like have like a little citrusy taste to them.
Yeah.
IPAs. I think those are super flavorful.
Yeah, I got you.
Love them.
I agree with that.
What's yours?
I don't really do liquor, but if I had to pick a liquor, I'm a big fan of rum. Anytime I go to Vegas, that's literally all I drink is rum and Coke. Like it just keeps me on a good entire week.
That's what Rebecca had.
Never go up, never come down.
Rebecca had those during New Year's. That's what she drank.
Yeah, they're good. But beers, my favorite beer is probably. So I have two favorite beers. The reason why I say that is because my favorite beer that I can get all the time is Summer Shandy by Leinenkugel Summer Shandy. But there's a beer that I always call the beer that got away. Because I've had this beer one time from a hole in the wall like hipster bar, never been able to find it again.
Oh, do you remember what it's called?
Scrimshaw.
Dude, surely you can order it.
I can never. I mean, I'm sure I can order it.
Scrimshaw.
It is like the best beer I've ever tasted.
We'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
What is your absolute number one biggest pet peeve?
That's tough. I'm like an asshole when it comes to like things that people do. So. It's hard to pick one. Probably. I don't know.
I don't know mine yet, so I'm fine with you deciding.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, a lot of things I don't like people doing.
Oh, you know what? I know my biggest pet peeve.
What?
My biggest pet peeve is one-uppers.
Oh yeah, that's a big.
And I don't mean like if you sometimes one-up somebody. I mean there are people. We all know somebody who you cannot have a conversation with without them one-upping you. Hey, for vacation we went to Colorado and saw this little canyon. It was so cool. Oh yeah, well for vacation this year we went to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man. Hey, I just beat.
Went to the Grand Canyon.
Hey man, I just beat Skyrim in 5 days. Oh, I beat it in 3.
Yeah.
Okay, man. All right, cool, man.
I know people like that, and that is a big pet peeve.
Dude, I'm just like, I'm looking at them. Or disingenuine people. When you can tell that people, and we all know people like this, not only when they're distracted, but like always, they make it seem as if they're interested in the conversation, or like they care about what you're saying, but they don't.
Right.
And there's like, oh yeah, super vague responses all the time. Like, I know I've done it a couple of times during the show when I'm distracted with something else. But I mean, like people who in genuine conversation do that stuff all the time. But mainly one-uppers. That's got to be my biggest pet peeve.
My biggest pet peeve. What thing that really irks me is when I can hear people chewing. Like it's like nails to the chalkboard. Okay.
I get that.
I mean, but that's just like there's a lot of pet peeves of mine. That's one I could just think off the top of my head. Right. I guess.
I'll ask you another one. Would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or be able to talk to animals?
Talk to animals?
Talk to animals?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I'd be a millionaire. Like, I can get a job at, like, working as a translator for the UN or something. But if I can talk to animals, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be, like, a viral sensation.
That's true.
Think about that.
That's true. But think about it.
But
think about it in a sense of it's not just you. It's every human alive gets asked this question. Now you're not unique if you pick animals. So would you rather be able to communicate to every human on Earth and speak their language fluently, or speak to animals?
I'd rather speak to animals.
Okay.
I don't like talking to people.
I don't know.
I'm more of an animal lover than a people lover.
I get that. You know? I think I would do language because I feel like the communication between myself and other humans can benefit me and them more than me communicating with animals can benefit me.
I got you.
Because even if you understand what they're saying, it doesn't mean that they are... Or, well, even if you can, like, sort of speak in their language, what do they actually understand? What do they actually take commands for? I mean, dogs don't even really take commands greatly. You got to train them. You know what I mean? So you're gonna go around and train every animal in the world.
So yeah, but now you're adding like things to the scenario. So you can speak to the animals, but they can't understand you.
No, well, even if they can't understand you, there's theories out there that say animals don't really communicate a whole lot. Like with their let's say cows mooing, they're not actually talking to each other. Like they don't actually understand communication.
Well, yeah, but still, there are animals that can though.
Right, that's true. Okay, so you pick animals. All right,
I pick animals. It's a fun experience. Like I don't.
Oh
no! Right, no, that's fine. No, that's fine. Okay.
Let me gather myself.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. So,
dude, I'm sorry.
That's fine. We're just at 32 minutes and I'm sweating. Okay. No big deal. All right. Okay, so animals for you. What's your next question?
Oh, shit.
You gotta look at it?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so fill in the blank.
Okay.
I thought this was hilarious.
Okay.
Fill in the blank. Taylor Swift is...
I saw this one. I saw
Did
this
you?
question.
You motherfucker.
I didn't think about it, though, because I skipped it. I didn't pick it.
Now you're going to think about it.
Taylor Swift is ridiculous.
Annoying. That's for me.
Yeah.
Totally agree with you.
Ridiculous. I used to love her. I loved her when she first started.
Like the country
doing country.
side.
It's not because I'm a country fan, because I'm a fan of all types of music. And I mean that genuinely. Her personality, the way she was. I didn't like when all of her... That's so funny. I didn't like... No, you're fine. You come up when you need to. I'm talking to these people. I didn't like when all of her songs just started to be about her exes and stuff. Like, that was kind of annoying. I don't know what's wrong with Juice here. He's broken. Someone changed his batteries.
I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
But I don't like the way she is now. Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm gonna get it together. Okay.
Oh god, laugh it out. I like this because you're getting prepared for the next segment. Is what's happening.
Right.
You're not gonna be able to hold it in for the next segment.
We're not gonna be able to.
All right. So Taylor Swift is what to you? Oh, you said annoying. All right.
Annoying.
Moving on.
I totally agree. I used to be a fan of her.
Yeah. Right.
Not anymore.
Moving on. If Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump were both drowning and you could only save one, who would it be?
Jesus Christ. That's a tough one. I'd let them both drown, honestly. But
why didn't I think of that answer?
Can I answer that, or do I have to pick one? Because I'd let them both drown.
I mean, it's easier for me. I'm going to pick Donald Trump. Even like, say Donald Trump before he was president. Say it now. He's not going to be president for much longer.
That's the thing. That's why I picked Kim. This is why I would probably pick Kim Kardashian. Or to save, I pick Donald Trump. Right.
No, I think Donald Trump, either way, whether it's for out of office, for the economy, with business, or whatever, I feel like he has more to offer the world.
Yeah, he does.
Than Kim Kardashian.
That's the thing.
And Kim Kardashian, I know you're listening.
The only reason why people...
Sorry.
Yeah, I know you're listening. The only reason why people... No one gave a shit about Donald Trump until he became the president. Or was starting to run for president. If it just goes back to I save him, he's eventually going to stop being president. No one's going to give a shit.
Right.
Kim Kardashian's always going to be Kim Kardashian.
Right, yeah.
So
you reckon I could Photoshop a picture of Kim Kardashian sitting next to you and clickbait her and be like, look who stopped by. 100,000 views. Imagine. All right. Let's go to the next segment. The questions.
Well, we got more, right?
What, questions?
Yeah.
What do you got?
I've got more questions.
Oh, well, ask me a question.
I thought
we were done.
No.
But I guess I wasn't doing every other one. I was just...
Okay, my last one, actually. This is the last one. And you already asked this, sort of. But Lord of the Rings or Star Wars?
Lord of the Rings for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good man.
It's close. I like Star Wars. I do, but I haven't watched any of the ones since Disney taken over. And I haven't watched the older ones since I was like a kid. Lord of the Rings I watched a little bit later on. I resonate more with its action. I guess I played video games for both.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one, it's Lord of the Rings, just because that appeals more to me. Now, I would understand why...
The medieval fantasy style.
I would understand why people who were around and like our age now when Star Wars came out, why they could never be another movie better for them, because that blew everybody's mind at that time in the world. Yeah. But me not being around back then, when I saw it, it wasn't that it mattered to me. It was about as epic as Bug's life to me.
Yeah.
Just to be honest. I was like, dude, there's ants walking around walking. Turn this lightsaber swinging Yoda off. Now, Baby Yoda's a different story. We're not talking about Baby Yoda.
That's a TV show. I'm talking about the movies, you know?
So Lord of the Rings. And I know your answer.
Yeah.
Your answer is Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings for sure.
All right. Let's go to the next segment.
Okay. What's this?
And pretty much what we're going to do is we've both hand-selected a few jokes that each other have not heard yet, and we are going to be trying to get the other person to laugh by delivering the jokes. Each time somebody laughs, you get a point. So if you laugh, I get a point. If I laugh, you get a point. It's at any time starting now.
Okay.
So that's a point. All right, that's a point for you. This is going to be easy for me, though, because he's already been laughing. All right, so I'll ask the first question because I have more than yours. The first joke. We have not heard these jokes. We just know how many each other have.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom? Because the P is silent. Okay, go ahead.
No. Okay. What did the drummer call his twin daughters?
What?
And a 1 and a 2.
That's good, but I'm going to hold it in. I'm going to hold that one in. Okay. Why did the invisible man turn down the job offer?
I don't know.
Because he couldn't see himself doing it. You hold that in? Good. Okay.
When does a joke become a dad joke?
When?
When it becomes apparent.
Okay.
Wordplay.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm going to give that one to you. What did the pirate say on his 80th birthday? I am 80. Go ahead.
Love a good pirate joke.
I know you do. I have more than you, so I'll ask you real quick. What do you call a dog that can do magic? A labracadabrador. Let it out.
What I love about that joke is the fact that you didn't stumble on that word.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking about the previous thing still, so he has an advantage, right?
Okay. Good.
Why did the Scarecrow win an award?
Why?
Because he was outstanding in his field.
Okay, you got me. But you laughed too. So.
Okay, yeah. I definitely lost this.
What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea.
Okay, you got me. Did you hear the one about the restaurant on the moon?
No, I didn't.
Didn't have any atmosphere.
Okay. Okay. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? 10 tickles. Let it out. Go ahead. We're all here. Okay, I got one more. What's Forrest Gump's password? 141. Okay. That excludes the dog.
I definitely lost. I was laughing prior to the whole bit anyway.
Any excuses you want.
Yeah.
I really thought the pirate joke would get you. I know you have a heart. I know you have a spot for pirates.
Yeah.
I think it was probably 4-2. We'll add it up and put the score down there. But just know you lost. And I am the official.
It's all right. Next week, whenever, if we do it again, I'll just come back. I'll think about something very, very sad and just be super depressed. Next week, look for me to be depressed.
Okay. So, that was a good segment. I like that.
Yeah.
We do that more often. Let us know in the comments below if you laughed at any of those while you were watching them. Be honest.
We kept them dad jokes, by the way.
Yeah, we didn't want to get inappropriate, but let us know below any of them that you laughed at and be honest. So you got questions to answer down below. You got to let us know what jokes you laughed at down below. Do we have any other stories?
Yeah.
What we got?
It's something a little small in the sporting world. The Cowboys, if you're a Cowboys fan, I'm very sorry. But the Cowboys, they just hired Mike McCarthy, who is the former Green Bay Packers coach, which I am a fan. I'm a Packers fan. And they hired him. And so, yeah, that's good news for them, I think. Something that I thought would be something that, along with the sports world again, was the playoffs happen, like they are started in the NFL.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, and So if you guys didn't see a previous episode where you had that Patriot shirt on,
it's not on today, is it?
Rip. So yeah, he's a Patriots fan, and they lost. So they played Titans. They lost 20-13, right? So they're out of the playoffs. And then the Texans beat the Bills 22-19. The Vikings beat the Saints 26-20. Haha, Trenton. And then the Seahawks won 17-9 over the Eagles. So what that means going forward, the next round of the playoffs, the Vikings have moved on. They're going to play the 49ers. And these are going to be on Saturday and Sunday, these 4 games coming up. The Titans play the Ravens. The Chiefs play the Texans. And the Seahawks go and play the Packers. So looking forward to that. I'll be wearing my gear then.
Man. Yeah, they're going to lose. They're going to wish they had Mike McCarthy back.
Well, I doubt that. I did see a couple memes. After the Patriots lost, it was nothing but the internet was just riddled with.
I'm going to cut them off from the show. I'm going to cut all of these from the show.
We didn't do the meme of the week thing because he was afraid to see all of them.
Well, also, I thought the joke segment
I'm just kidding. What's that?
What do you got?
No, I don't have any memes.
You said you had memes.
No, I'm just saying.
Maybe we'll find a couple to put up there anyways while we're talking about absolutely nothing during this dead air.
Yeah.
There wasn't much that happened in gaming. Right now we're waiting for Sony put out a ballot for 2019 game, or in 2019 still technically, sorry. They put out vote for your game of the decade, and I think it was an open vote. You could type in whatever you want. And we saw some obviously like God of War, games like that float around, Dark Souls. We'll have to see when they come out with that. Hopefully by next week. I assume by next week.
What's your game of the decade?
For me, it's not. If you ask me what I think would win game of the decade,
no, I want to know what
my favorite game of the decade.
Your favorite game of the last 10
Rocket
years.
League. And it's probably going to be next decade too. So ask me then.
That's true.
I mean, if it's still around, they keep it updated and stuff. It's just I've played way more Rocket League than anything else. And to be honest with you, Ark's probably second. I've played more Ark than anything else other than Rocket League, I think. And just now, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out on the Xbox Game Pass.
And we're pumped about that.
So we're about to do some RP with that. So that'll be fun. And speaking of video games, though, because one thing I don't know that we ever touched on real quick, I just want to add this in. My brother, Trenton, known as Five Gifted on his platforms, streams. Mainly Call of Duty. He's in a clan called Fear. Now he was just recruited to it and joined it. And he's really good at the games he plays.
Yeah.
Mainly it's Call of Duty.
He's good at it.
He does a lot of quick... He mainly just runs around with a sniper, and it's impressive what he can do with it. Hits a lot of clips where it's like 4 or 5 people back to back to back with a sniper. It's pretty impressive. And I don't think I've ever plugged him in yet. And he will be on the show at some point as well, too, pretty often. But until then, I'm going to drop his link below to his Twitch and to his Twitter for sure. He tweets out clips often, so make sure you go drop him at least a follow on Twitch. Check him out if you like watching people play games, if you like Call of Duty, if you want to see him play a different game, drop in his comments. He's always trying to please his fans, so go check him out, though. He's been growing pretty big. He actually started streaming on MLB The Show.
Yeah, I know.
And that's when he acquired like a random $250 donation from some guy.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he done it randomly. He goes,
that's cool.
He was like, not enough people play MLB. $250.
That's cool, man. I respect that.
That was like his 4th week plan.
That's really cool that people do that.
So
if I had the money to do that, I would.
I know. So he'll be on the show sometime. But I just wanted to. While we're talking about gaming, I don't think I've ever plugged his channel. I just want to plug him in there.
Yeah.
So go check him out if you would. Let him know that BuzzDen sent you, that Juice and RELIX sent you, and tell him you want to see him on the show because he will be coming on at some point, and that'll be a good episode. Along with my best friend Corey, pretty much another one of my brothers. They'll both be on the show. But yeah, so check out Trenton's link below. 5 Gifted. I'm sorry. And show him some love. Show him some support. Like I said, at least go drop a follow if you have a Twitch account.
Yeah, it's real simple. It's free to follow somebody. But my favorite game, though, with the decade thing, before I was so rudely interrupted, was it's got to be a toss-up between Skyrim and Witcher. And The Witcher 3.
It's not
my favorite games. I do love Rocket League, I really do, but...
Well, that's true. You haven't played it nearly as much as me.
Yeah,
you played a lot.
You played a lot, yeah. You played a lot more than me, but I do love Rocket League, and I'll still continue to play it. Probably, like you said, 10 years from now, I'll probably still be playing it if it's still it stays up like that. But I just when it comes to games that I've constantly I've just loved and like immerse myself into those two games. It's really hard to choose.
And you know what? Out of maybe your 3 or 4 favorite games then, or 2 or 3 out of your top 5, not to toot my own horn, but I got you into. Technically, I showed you Witcher.
True. You did show me the Witcher.
I said Witcher is free for this weekend or something. I was like, download it and play it.
Yeah.
And you were like, what's that? And I was like, dude, just try it. It's an RPG. I was like, I know you like Skyrim, try Witcher.
Yeah.
And I never even played all the way through it. You did, and you loved it.
Oh, dude, I love it. So fun.
And then obviously Rocket League.
Yeah.
That was when we lived together.
Ark.
That game came out, and then Ark.
This guy.
I know my gaming.
I mean, you know,
we just happen to like the same kind of games. I'm not as
thinks
into.
He knows everything about gaming.
I'm not as into RPGs.
Remember that whole thing about like one-uppers? I
just one upped. All right, so
you like it, but guess who's the one who got you in?
Easy there, guy. Yeah. We got to go back. I have another dad joke here. No, I used them all.
Oh,
all right. Well, I did have one more question. I actually skipped over though. Are you the type of person to ask for permission or ask for forgiveness?
I don't understand. What like with? I mean, I get the question. It's just like I guess I'm circumstantial.
That's a real good way out of the question, I reckon.
That's the thing. That's how society should be. If the circumstances permit it, that you can just do it without permission, and go on being your own boy or girl, whatever. But if you,
that's true.
You know,
that's true.
It's like you can't just go willy nilly all the time.
That's true. I feel like you're right. I mean, it is situational.
But predominantly, I do it without permission.
Yeah,
because I'd
say in most cases too, but there are definitely cases where like that's not acceptable.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I'm a human.
Right.
I abide by the laws of society. That's the thing. But mostly, I'm like, fuck it. I don't need to ask somebody's permission.
Right.
Let's go do it.
Right. That being said, are you the type of person to ask for permission or ask for forgiveness? I know you're a cat or dog person. And what is Taylor Swift to you? These are the questions that need answered.
I'm dying to know.
By the buzzers in the audience. So, I think that's all we have for this week. And this is the longest episode we've had so far. And I have a lot of editing.
Well, we've had like 3 weeks off, so they deserve it.
You guys deserve it. Let us know below what you thought about this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
All that stuff's down below.
Again, that'll help us a lot. And by the way, the giveaway I tried to do before Christmas kind of failed. Took an L. So I'm at some point soon going to propose it again. Yeah, the stats that we had listed for they didn't happen. The likes, the comments.
People don't like us.
We did have a lot of engagement though. There was a few people that normally don't comment that commented. So shout out to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Cool. I've seen a lot of we've had listeners drop out, which is fine. We've had new listeners come in. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get better at uploading on Spotify too. After doing all the editing and chopping it down and uploading it to YouTube, which by the way, this video alone will probably take like 6 hours to upload to YouTube. It's just so I forget. My brain's so fried from that episode that by the time everything's done with, I forget to go in and extract the MP3 and upload it. Yeah. It'd be so much easier when I get somebody to do all this stuff for me. Anyways, that's it. So we're glad, everyone had their holiday. We're back to the weekly shows though. Yeah. If it's not going to happen, we'll let you know on Facebook. Get better about posting on our socials again.
Twitter.
So that's it.
Instagram. No, that's fine. Yeah, that's it.
So episode 7 coming next week. And until then,
stay buzzed in.